everyone and welcome back to channel Salem 2. In this video I have a very easy pirate win. Hope you enjoy! So the members are Baker, Deputy and Retributionist. Let's go! It is a new player. They asked for help and 14 and I said that we can help them. I feel bad for new players because now they have to jump into Oleni, which is, hard when you're new. It's hard when you're somewhat an experienced player as well. So let's check whether 12 is a level, and let's claim Psychic, and we can put our visits like that. So let's say 12 and someone is good. That's very important. Sometimes people think that only one player in the good vision, and they died, and they were an number. Well, just my luck, I guess. Thank you, Kevin, though. You sped up my progress a bit. Let's say we went to someone else. Fourteen says attack by buried. 10 says 5 and 11 are enemies. Ha! I say that 15 and 11 are good. 10 says 5 and 11 claim. I say I'm psychic. 11 claims TP. 7 says Amogus. This 9 says 10x. 10 says I'm not X but go off. Okay, so 7 is just posting some brain rot. 1 says 11's good at defense, by the way. 10 says track me tonight and you will see I'm real seer. 15 says depth moment. I say 7, this isn't Among Us. Okay, so they are revealing their age, which isn't good. Anyways, let's focus on the game. 11 is being loaded up. 10 says I'd rather hang a TP claim over side claim. Fifteen says they just shot 11 though. 10 says they could be also. Phew, that's just some plot armor moment. Okay, let's plunder 1. The deputy. I forgot that pirate death notes just don't show anymore, which is kind of sad. Because unlike Justice, they don't have, any extra info from the dead, for example, so why not? And another member has perished, so I only have Baker left. Nice! Now that I think of both ritualists that I went for them, that now that I think of with how Kevin is going after my landlubbers, I could have just stayed home or just scoured people. I think that's a hidden achievement, but I could be wrong. That, all your landlubbers die without you plundering anyone. I will check. Rest in peace to Berserker, they were killed by the Trapper. Well done, Trapper. 10 says 2 and 14 fail due to unknown obstacle. I say evil is 9, 2, or 13. 8 says Trapper, I love you. Two says, I was on 7 and he died. I say, so is jail a poison or a socialite game since there is an unknown obstacle? 4 says 3, why would you chuck deputy? 8 claims TS, 6 claims TP, 14 claims TP. 10 says 3, I told you to track me to see I'm real. And you chose to track the deputy? 4 says 3, track deputy and dead red tree. Well, they could be a hidden rival for Plague Bearer, or Wildling, but there is also a chance that they are real, and that's sad. She says, Tracker, I posted. I say, why would you track deputy? This makes 0 sense. She says, I was randomly choosing. Oh my gosh, that's not how we play track. She says, please, 10 says, we should focus on Cycle tomorrow. Yes, I'm trusted. And this was just a well played, Jessie. Okay, so, who should I check? Let's check 2. They give me some Epoch vibes, and they are not a land number, but my Baker number perished, so it's all good. They were an Epoch, just another kind of Epoch. Oh my god. Oh, see, trust me, they say 2 and 15 friends, which means both are Epoch. I say, oh 7, I'm leaving town. 10 says, also great, I'm shrouded. I say to 10, yarr, matey. They 07 me. Nice. Rest in peace to illusionists, they were haunted by the jester. Thank you, Kevin, for killing the baker. Rest in peace to them. You know, Kevin and Shroud really carried me. I didn't have to plunder anyone. Oh, no, I did plunder deputy. My bad. And I'm out of this town. Good luck! 10 says 2 and 15 friends. Lily says, hello, pirate. 15 says, they were just getting hard. I say, hi. 2 says, Transville is so pitying now. Well, they whispered this to me. 2 says, oh wait, he's real. Wow. 9 says, alright, Kevin about to have majority. 8 says, so okay, now what? 9 says, let's vote one out. 10 says, okay, 11 has claimed TP, that's it, and hasn't said a word. 6 says, wow, you checked 2 epochs together. 10 says, 11 is evil. 9 says, see ya, 11. 8 says, 10 claim. 8 says, why were you whispering to 5? 9 says, 8 is also Kevin. 10 says, have you been paying attention like at all? 14 says, 8 is not Kevin. 8 says, brah, I'm TP. 9 says, 13 Kevin. 10 says, vote 11. 9 says, 14 Kevin. Okay, so 4 says, 11 must be the newest player in the world. 11 says, I was Trapper. 9 says, any CCs? Putin says, this is fake. Maybe, but they will get better at playing. Then says, all you did was claim TP. I said, nothing else. And says, NECC? Putin says, ICC. It says, if Ina would 10. And they were a common leader. Wow. Then it says, bang. Then it says, look at that. It says, oh, my bad, 10. Then it says, he was evil. And you call me X. Who says, 11, I told you to go to Conjurer and throw a rock. Well, if they knew, maybe the retraining process for them was complicated. That happens. Because you have to choose the icon for Conjurer. I don't know. When you knew, you're stressed, and that's why you make stupid mistakes. That happens. Then says 14 and 9 enemies. 14 says bury it again. 9 says I was roblocked. I say you need to select a coven member. 8 says 14 was attacked. 9 says I'm not coven. Then you select the new role. 6 says Oracle. And they protected Trapper. 9 says I was pushing 11. 10 says 9 is evil. If 14 is Trapper, then 9 is evil. 6 says I saved 14. 9 says I'm evil but not coven. 8 says I saved 14. WTF. 9 says 13 is last coven. I'm Shroud. 14 says nope. 6 is fake too. He voted 8. 8 says 6 what? 13 says except I'm not, but nice try. 9 says 13 first. And they go to vote it up. In this, if not coven, I'm your only killing against coven. 13 and 6 are coven. Enemy. And up 13 immediately. 13 says you were roblocked and no coven kills. Sure, buddy. 9 says if you have any hope, coven hit buried on 14. Eno. 9 says 14 says Eno. 9 says Eno. If you're town Eno. 13 says sure they did. 9 says I'm Shroud. 9 says up 13. 13 says go for it. About time you vote me out anyway. Their name is not claiming. Which is, I think, throwing when you have to claim. And says guilty. Putin says, fun fact, last coven is Necro that used barrier. There is no barrier to use as Necro. What are you talking about? And it says 8. Well, their name is kind of new, so it says I want 6 gun. And they were poisoner. But it says, damn, 6 read. Okay, so Reed has it kind of easy when it comes to breaking the chain. They can just read the tracker or the oracle. And Reed has been buffed, so you can fail at guessing. and you won't be revealed to everyone. Rest in peace to 6, the ritualist. Oh my gosh, they didn't even read. They decided to direct attack. What? 6 says, figured they were chaining. I say, unlucky. How could you direct attack when you have open claims? Weird. Then says 6 and 8 enemies. 9 says, wild. Put in, that is. So Coven is gone and Shroud is the last evil, so they kind of threw by open claim there. Then says, so that's it. But he says, that is so funny. So he says, 9 basically threw any chance at winning, so that's that. 8 says, why haven't we won? 10 says, because 9 is evil. 9 says, because 8 is evil. 14 says, 9 is Shroud. And that's why it's very, very risky to open claim. NK, because I know that playing NK is very hard, but when you know you are in the late game and there is not a lot of evils, you shouldn't open claim NK. And by the game's rules, you shouldn't open claim NK in general. I say open claiming NK is wild, at least they didn't do it day 2 or day 1. But it says, hilarious, we both ended up being TPs 8. Glad I could help keep you in. 8 says, thanks, I love you. Rest in peace to 9. It says, GG. Wow, 5-town game and they won? What? Look at all those achievements, 8. Very nice. Congrats on achievements, 8. It says, hey! Oh, and by the way, the seer had a mistake in their will, but plot armor saved me. Nice. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more Town 70 content from me, please like, comment, and subscribe to me. Thank you very much. And see you soon in the next video.